Guys, trying to recompose ourselves. The NBA playoffs are still in full swing. Every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments, whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout play. There's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, same-game parlays, fans in more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat and see if we have over 2,000 people watching right now, Bull. Wow. I'm going to see how many of them have ever heard of that video prior and had any idea what that was in reference to. And while I'm doing that, I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts. And I want to start with Tyvis because he wasn't here yesterday. But we have had an entire day, over 36 hours to digest the Cavaliers' Game 5 loss, their series-ending loss to the Pacers. And in totality, Tyvis, if we are divvying up the blame pie and handing out pieces of the blame pie here.
What flavor is the blame pie?
The blame pie.
It's a real pie. And Tyvis, you are
blame
slicing
pie
it
might
up.
be Cincinnati chili.
Tyvis,
Flavor.
who are you putting the most blame on for the Cavaliers playoff flameout?
So I'm guessing I got 100%. So I'd say Jarrett has 30%. I give him about 30, 35, right? Evan, I give Evan, it's really not his fault because he got hurt. So, but he played, so I can't really blame him. Darius got hurt too, so it's hard to blame him. But when he played, he wasn't that great. I'll give him 15%. Kenny Atkinson, I will give Kenny. I give Kenny about half of it. I give him half of it. What would that put me at?
You might be over 100.
No.
90.
You might need
I'm at 90. I'm at 90.
You might need a second pie.
10%. Flip this. Flip it. give me 15% for Ty Jerome.
Yeah.
10% for Darius. That's my 100%.
Guys, before I answer this question, and I really don't want to answer this question, but let me tell you why it's even more embarrassing that the Cavs are the softest, most pathetic team in the NBA. I'm going all in on everybody today. I love the Guardians, though. Go Guards, even though you lost yesterday. Did anybody watch the Boston Celtics and the Knicks last night?
Yep. Sure did.
How'd they play without Jason Tatum and Porzingis? Why does Porzingis not play at all, by the way, anymore? Mike or Jason, do you know?
According to you, he's soft because he has an injury.
Nobody's playing, but he barely plays.
Yeah, because he's soft because he has an injury.
Okay.
According to your thought process.
So, So, Jason Tatum and Tatum's out. Porzingis barely played. How'd the Celtics do yesterday at home?
They won.
They won.
Won? They destroyed the Knicks in the second half. It was a tie game at halftime, and they destroyed them in the second half.
They shot a lot of threes and made them.
Okay, so does every other team in the NBA. Everybody plays the exact same way. I mean,
the Cavs did not shoot well.
Okay.
What was it, 30%?
By the way, we all know that if the Celtics win in New York, which I don't think they're going to, I don't know what you guys think. I think the Knicks are going to win. But if the Celtics win in New York, the series is over because there's no way the Knicks are going to win in Game 7 in Boston. No chance if they tie that series up. You have one team, championship medal. They're going to, and maybe they go down tomorrow, whenever Game 6 is for them. I don't know.
It's Friday night.
Without their best player and their third best player barely playing, they kick the crap out of a Knicks team that's completely healthy.
Fourth best player, but
Porzingis is their fourth best player?
Yes.
Who's third?
Derek White.
Derek White's better than Porzingis?
I mean, the man was on the Olympic team.
I don't know if I would
take Porzingis.
I would take Derek White.
Okay, even if you're right, fourth best player is not playing. Best player out. And they kick. What did they do? All the other guys stepped up. What did the Cavs do? Nothing. Nobody stepped up. Nobody helped Donovan. Mobley was fine. Max Strus, garbage in the closing game. He did a lot of talking before the game.
Well, but what about the first 5 games?
I don't care.
What do you mean
First
you don't
4
care?
games. I don't care. You had to win that game to keep your season alive.
He did
and
it.
he no-showed.
For 5 games, he showed. He the only one that showed up.
I agree with you. Did he show up in the 5th game?
Man, we only win 5 games. Damn,
Yes.
That's a shame.
Did he show up in that game, Tyvus?
No, he did not.
Did Ty Jerome show up in that game?
He had 6
Yeah, he
points,
did.
didn't he?
He had 8 points in 11
Oh.
minutes. How much more could you possibly ask for someone in Game 5?
The
Now,
only reason he played 11 minutes is because he sucked the whole series or he would
Well,
have
you
played
just said
more.
the other games don't matter. All you say Game 5 is all that matters. Did Ty
All right,
Jerome show up
fine.
in Game 5? Ty Jerome did show up in
Kudos
Game
to
5.
Ty Jerome. We wanted him to win 6th Man of the Year. He had 8 points. Now he's a superstar. Great. Did Darius show up for that game? I'll give Darius
how many points did Darius
I'll
have?
give Darius a little bit of a pass. He was, you could tell he was effed up.
fighting through it, yeah.
He was effed up. I'll give him a little bit of a pass.
I gave Darius.
What did Jared Allen do in that game? What did all these bench guys, these useless guys like Okoro and Dean Wade?
Well, I mean, they wasn't giving you nothing anyways.
I mean, jeez.
They didn't give you nothing anyways, so you can't.
You
really-
might as well replace Dean Wade. You know how when they practice in the NBA sometimes? I think they do this. They'll be like some short, fat guy like me standing there with a broom, right?
It's not a broom anymore, but it's a
Dean Wade
Battery stick.
is basically, you can replace him with that broom. He does nothing. All he does is get some rebounds, and then Mike pretends he's, the analytics tell you he's a great player. He sucks.
With him in the lineup, they was like really good.
Wait a
he,
minute.
He was a no-show in the
Go ahead.
No.
Yell at anything I want to
No,
say.
no, no.
I
You
don't
just
care.
reminded me of something.
Yeah.
I was in the yard
Yeah.
working. What day was that, Mike? The day of the game.
You was in the
Tuesday.
yard working?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was pulling weeds.
Jason pulling
Look at
weeds.
Jason.
And I thought, you know
Jason.
what? I'm going to put the show on.
Yeah.
I turned the show on, and the first thing I hear is you saying,
Yeah.
offensive rating's stupid. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that was Tuesday. I was here for that.
If you don't look at offensive rating, then
Yeah.
you can't look at strikeouts.
No,
per
no,
nine
no, no.
innings, 'cause
He
it's the
was
same
what he
thing.
said.
Wait a
What he
second,
was
that's not what I
saying
said.
was that the Cavs had this unbelievable, the second most in the history. Was it first?
second highest ever.
Second highest ever.
Yeah.
And he said like that was meaningless.
Here's my point.
Offensive rating is the most standardized stat you can have. Points per 100
And-
possessions.
Jason, any stat that says the Cavs are the best offensive team in the history of basketball cannot be right.
Well, do you understand
It's
that the
completely
the
fraudulent.
game has changed dramatically
Exactly.
over the last 10 years?
I understand that, and it's so
It's not the stats' fault.
the stat so
It's the game's fault.
okay, fine, but that you can't tell me that this Cavs offense is an all-time great offense.
Who was number?
Come on,
Who was
that's
number,
absurd.
I forgot
Use
who
your
McNugget
eyes.
said was number one. If it wasn't the Warriors with KD,
The
on it.
2017 Warriors is the best offense.
Okay, if that
It's the
ain't
best offense
all
I've ever
right,
seen.
so all right.
But again, the game has changed even since then.
That's right.
Is OKC's defense the best
and they
defense
haven't
you've
adjusted
ever
the
seen?
stat.
No.
But
I don't want to hear about analytics.
But-
Here's the only analytic I need. And you know me, I'm pro analytics. Here's the only analytic I need. The Cavs suck. That's it. They suck. They're a joke.
Why? Why do you think?
What do you mean why? What did they do?
They went to
the
the-
regular season meant nothing.
They went to the playoffs. They
went to the playoffs. They beat a team that was 10 games under 500. The Miami Heat are a joke. Only in the embarrassing NBA could a team 10 games under 500. What other sport does a team 10 games under 500 make the playoffs? Only basketball.
Bull.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that injuries don't mean anything to you?
I saw the Boston Celtics kick the Knicks' ass last
But that's
night.
one player.
Not one player. Porzingis is hurt and Tatum was out.
At least he's
Two of their 4 best players. They kicked the Knicks' ass last night.
But are you suggesting the Cavs did not give enough effort in Game 5? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not saying they didn't give enough effort. They gave plenty of effort. They didn't play well enough.
Yeah, they missed every shot.
Okay, so what do we just say? If they lose and miss shots, they can't be criticized for that? You got to make shots.
I was just asking you to clarify your point. 'Cause
I didn't-
it sounds
no,
like you're
they-
comparing their effort to what Boston did yesterday.
No, I didn't say anything about effort. I said the Celtics kicked ass with it dealing with injuries, and the Cavs fell on their ass dealing with injuries. That's a fact. You can't deny that. And they gave no effort in Game 4. None.
Yeah,
Zero.
That game's the one that still is.
Zero. What, I'm supposed to laud them for giving effort in Game 5? A team that would talk all-time offense, number 1 offensive rating.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like a little bit of it is a little flawed to
Yeah.
me because Jason Tatum is out, but they still got Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Porzingis, and Drew Holiday's a really good one.
Porzingis is hurt.
Yeah,
we
but-
supposedly had all these good players.
Yeah, but no,
Tyvus.
but we didn't have Evan.
We
was
had
out.
our best
Evan,
player.
We was without Evan, Darius.
You were without Evan for
and
one
Hunter.
game.
It was 2.
No.
No, it was one
Evan
game.
missed
No.
one.
Evan
All
and
three of
Hunter
them
missed one.
Game. They missed game 2.
Darius missed 2 in this
All
series.
three of them
Okay.
missed game 2.
All right, let me tell you something else. The one game, that game when all 3 didn't play, they had a 20-point lead.
Now I ain't got nothing to say
And they
about
had a
that.
7-point lead
I
with
ain't got
48
nothing to
seconds
say.
to go.
I ain't got nothing to say about that. For
I don't want to hear nothing about injuries in game 2. They had a 7-point lead with
all
48
I'm
seconds
saying,
to go,
all I'm
and they
saying-
shot down their leg.
That is true. I'm not
Yes.
disagreeing with that. But
Yeah.
we're not going to sit here and act like, that would be like if Donovan was out, but everybody else was good to go. Like, all right, then you could say you could compare it to Boston.
Right.
But it was like 2, 3, and maybe the
That was
4th best
one game,
offensive
though,
guy.
Tyrus.
It was like they not 100%.
Nobody's 100%. Evan Mobley and I don't know what status they are. Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter looked perfectly fine those games when they came back. Did they not? Am I crazy?
They looked good enough.
I mean, they're good enough.
They looked
It's
good
the
enough.
NBA. You're playing 1,000 games. They're all tired. They're all hurt. Donovan was hurt. He still kicked ass in all these games.
Donovan, the reason why they lost 2 of them. Personally,
Well,
he missed
because-
he missed some
No.
pivotal free throws.
Okay, yes.
He
First of
missed
all,
some pivotal free
that may be
throws.
true. But when you're asked to put a piano on your back for an entire series, eventually you're going to collapse there, Tyvis. So sorry if he didn't make the free throws.
But like, come on now.
When he's got no
in
help.
those moments, you got to have it.
I hear you. I don't disagree. You can criticize him for those moments. That's fair. But he had to carry the team the whole thing because everybody else was doing
fair.
nothing.
That's
We got
fair.
another voice to add to this conversation, so let's bring in our
All right, let's bring
Cavaliers
Danny
guest
Cunningham.
here.